जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा जय गोपीचन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीचन जय गोपीचन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीचन वल्लभ जय गोपीचन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीचन वल्लभ यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jaya Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore, Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore, Jaya Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस स्वामी शिवतानेश्वर प्रभुपाद की जय, आनंद कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंद हरे गौर. All glories to Srimad Hare Krishna. All glories to Srimad Hare Krishna. All glories to Srimad Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Gauranga Gaur Vishnu Prabhupada की जय. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 60, Slok 57. We'll read word to word translation, then we'll go to Sloka. Dutaha, kindly repeat after me. Dutaha, the manager, the messenger. The messenger. Tvaya, by you. Atma, myself. Labhane, for obtaining. Suvivikta, very confidential. Mantraha, whose advice. Prastipityaha, sent. Mai, when. I. Chirayati, delayed. Shunyam, empty. Itat, this world. Matva, thinking. Jihase, you wanted to give up. Idam, this. Angam, body. Ananya, for no one else. For no one else. Yogyam, suited. Tisteta, may stand. Tat, that. Tvai, in you. Vayam, we. Pratinanda Yamaha, respond by rejoicing. Dutastvayatmalavanesu viviktamantraha. Dutastvayatmalavanesu viviktamantraha. Dutastayatme labhanesu viviktamantraha. Prastapito mayi chirayati shunyamita. प्रस्थापितो मयि चिरयति शून्यमितद् प्रस्थापितो मयि चिरयति शून्यमितद् मत्वा जिहास इदमङ्गनन्ययोग्यम् मत्वा जिहास्य इदमनङ्गम् अनन्ययोग्यम् मत्वा जिहास्य इदमनङ्गम् अनन्ययोग्यम् तिष्ठेता तत्त्वयि वयं प्रतिनन्दयामः तिष्ठेत्त्वयि वयं प्रतिनन्दयामः तिष्ठेत्त्वयि वयं प्रतिनन्दयामः दूतास्त्वयात्मलवनेषु विक्तमन्त्रा प्रस्थापितो मयि चिरयन्ति शून्यमितद् मत्वा जिहास इदमनङ्गनन्ययोग्यम् तिष्ठेता तत्त्वयि वयं प्रतिनिन्दयामः दूतास्त्वयात्मलवनेषु विक्तमन्त्रा प्रस्थापितो मयि चिरयन्ति शून्यमितद् मत्वा जिहास इदमनङ्गनन्ययोग्यम् तिष्ठेता तत्त्वयि वयं प्रतिनन्दयामः Can you repeat? दूतास्त्वयात्मलवनेषु विक्तमन्त्राः प्रस्थापितो मयि चिरयन्ति शून्यमितद् मत्वा जिहासिदम् अनङ्गम् अनन्ययोग्यम् तिष्ठेत्त्वयि वयं प्रतिनन्दयामः Want to try? Translation by Shri Prabhupada. When you send the messenger with your most confidential plan, and yet I delayed going to you, you began to see the whole world as void and wanted to quit your body, which could never have been given to anyone but me. May this greatness of yours remain with you always. I can do nothing to reciprocate except joyful thank you for your devotion. Purport. Srimati Rukmini Devi had no intention whatsoever to accept whatever of accepting any other husband but Krishna. As she stated in her message to the Lord, Srimad Bhagavatam 10 Canto 52 verse 52 chapter 43 verse. यर्हि अम्बुजाक्षन लभये भवेत् प्रसादं जह्यम् असुज्नव्रत कृष्णं सतजं विभीषयात्. If I cannot obtain your mercy, I shall simply give up my vital force, which will have become weak from the severe penance I will perform. Then, after hundreds of lifetime of endeavor, I may obtain your mercy. The Srimad Bhagavatam firmly establishes the unique glories of the Queen Rukmini Devi. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरू श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितां च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, you are welcome to our Saturday's discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam. So, we are reading from Canto 10th, chapter 60, shloka number 57. So, here the translation once again. When you send the messenger with your most confidential plan, and yet I delayed going to you, you began to see the whole world as void and wanted to quit your body, which could never have been given to anyone but me. May this greatness of yours remains with you always. I can do nothing to reciprocate except joyfully thank you for your devotion. So, basically, in order to understand this verse, we need to go a little background about Rukmini Devi and how Rukmini Devi married to Lord Krishna. So, Rukmini Devi was very beautiful, and lot of kings they wanted to marry her. So, uh, Rukmini had a brother called Rukmini's brother name is Rukmi. So Rukmi was very powerful, and he wanted Rukmini to marry to his one of the friend called Shishupala. So because of his power and all, he planned that let's arrange marriage for Rukmini to Shishupala. Shishupala was a demon, and he was always envious of Krishna. But Rukmini Devi was very much inclined towards marrying to Lord Krishna. And the reason is when Narad Muni used to visit the kingdom of Rukmini Devi, his father, that time Narad Muni used to glorify Lord Krishna. And when this Rukmini will hear of the glories of Lord Krishna, she will uh, she will meditate on the qualities of Krishna, and she was thinking that it will be nice if Krishna can be my husband. In general, Rukmini Devi is the eternal consort of Lord Krishna. So she is none other than the expansion of goddesses of fortune, Lakshmi. So she was thinking, how can I do this? So when the marriage was fixed, it was against the desire of her. In general, there are different kinds of marriages. So the it's closer. Okay. So there are different kinds of marriages. So the good situation is both the boy and the girls they both agree, and then the marriage is done. So this is a good situation. Then there are some different kinds of marriages like Gandharva marriages. There are demonic marriages where they will kidnap the girl and then they will marry like that. There are different versions of them. So in this case, Rukmini was not inclined to marry, but she cannot say in front of her father and brother because they were very powerful, and it is a Vedic custom that generally the girl's parents will make her decision whom she should get married, and everything will be consulted, and they know the what is best for the girl. So here in this case, Rukmini was not very happy about this marriage. So when this marriage was fixed, Shishupala and all his friends they knew very well that Rukmini is very beautiful and definitely Krishna may create a disturbance. So what they do is they come with all their army so that if Krishna creates some problem, let's chastise him, let's give him a lesson. So all Shishupal and his friend Jarasandha and all they come with big plan there. So Mother Rukmini was thinking how I can communicate to Lord Krishna that I want to marry you. and because she's one of the uh, cultured girl, she cannot directly go and approach. So what she does is she takes one of the priest in one of the brahmana in their kingdom, and she writes a letter to Lord Krishna that, uh, oh Lord, if you think so, I am capable of, I am eligible to marry you, please accept me, and if you don't want to do so, still you are free to do anything. That's what she writes letter to Lord Krishna. And this brahmana carries this letter. So there are two different places. Rukmini Devi comes from Kaundinyapur, which is a Vidarbha province of India, and Lord Krishna, he was that time into Dwarka. So how Lord Krishna went to Dwarka is another story. So uh, basically, Lord Krishna was in Mathura, and always Jarasandha and all their uh, friends, they used to attack Mathura. And in that attack, a lot of times the residents of Mathura, they will get unnecessary, like troubled in this warfare. So Lord Krishna was very kind, and he was feeling what to do. Finally, Lord made a plan. So Jarasandha was always attacking Mathura. So 17 times Jarasandha attacked. 17, 1 7. 17 times he attacked. And all the time Krishna defeated him and he went back. So after 17th time, Krishna said, enough is enough now. This is not going to go far. So let me make some plan. So Lord makes plan. Lord calls the architect, the engineer of demigod. His so uh, Vishwakarma is the one who is the architect of all the demigods. So Lord calls him, and the instruction of Lord, this Vishwakarma, he creates a beautiful kingdom, and that kingdom is in the, like while creating that kingdom, uh, Lord makes sufficient arrangement that this won't be attacked so easily. So uh, the ocean gives specific place for the Lord to build the kingdom, and in that place, ocean goes back inside and then that place, the Dwarka, there is the kingdom which is constructed by Vishwakarma, and it is very nicely, beautifully protected. All three sides there is water, only from one side there is a land. So anybody is attacking, he can only come from the front, and the protection can be very easy. And once this kingdom is created, in the night only, Lord, by the potency, his special potency, he migrates all the residents of Mathura to Dwarka. And when they were sleeping, they don't understand also, but for everyone, Lord asked Vishwakarma to create a special palace, and everybody gets special palace. And when they were got up next day morning, they saw that and they are palace, they are in palace, and they are very happy. And they got to know that this is a new kingdom which where Lord Krishna is the ruling, and everything is very nicely protected. So everyone was very happy, and they were like their daily routine, whatever they need, everything was supplied, everything there. So when this Jarasandha was attacking, Lord does wonderful plan that this his residents of the city are moved to another place, and Lord also runs away. So when Lord was running away, Jarasandha is asking, "Why are you running?" Generally, any battle, right? The person should not supposed to run, otherwise he will be called coward. But Lord knows, Lord has some plan for everything. So there was one great devotee, Muchukunda. So this Muchukunda is another story where this Muchukunda was very great devotee of Lord. This Muchukunda was so powerful that anytime there will be battle between demigod and demons, that time this Muchukunda will assist demigods in the fighting against the demon. So one time this fight went for a long time, and Muchukanda was helping all the demigods. So in this help time, finally the war is over. The demigods won the war, and that time Muchukanda was very tired, and by the help of Muchukunda, the demigod were very happy, and they said, "We want to offer you some benediction." So Muchukunda said, "I am very much tired. Give me some benediction where I can go and peacefully sleep. And anybody wakes me up, he should get burnt by my power of my eyes." That's what benediction he asked. So this Muchukunda was then sleeping all long for many yugas, and as he was sleeping, there was a time where Lord Krishna wanted him to wake up. So this Jarasandha attacked Lord Krishna, and Krishna was running. And Krishna finally came to the place where this Muchukanda was sleeping. And Krishna hided himself, and whatever shawl Krishna was covering, he just put on the body of Muchukunda. And when this war was going on, that time, along with Jarasandha, his one of the friend Kalayavana, he was also with him, and he was chasing Krishna. And when Muchukunda was sleeping, and this uh, Kalayavana was chasing Lord Krishna, he by seeing the Muchukunda, this Kalayavana thought that this is Krishna only hiding here. So because Krishna had put his shawl on his body, Muchukunda was just like looking like he's Krishna only. And Kalyavana started kicking Krishna. Hey, why are you sleeping? Why are you hiding now? He was just trying to hit him. And by his hit, Muchukunda woke up. And as soon as he woke up, completely his eyes for so many years he didn't open, and he was sleeping. With the fire of his eyes, he burned down the Kalyavana demon. So, uh, as the Kalyavana also was very powerful, who had another benediction that he will not be killed by any of the weapons. But see, Lord does one thing, in that one thing, he accomplishes multiple things. So here, Lord ran away from the battle, he got the Muchukunda place, and then he killed Kalayavana, and he woke up his devotee also. So in one go, he did multiple things. And as soon as this thing is done, then Muchukunda is thinking what, and he's trying to come to consciousness after deep sleep. Then he's looked Lord Krishna, very beautiful personality there. So then Lord blessed him, and then Lord went ahead to Dwarka. So that time there was this priest who was sent by Rukmini was waiting there, and as soon as Lord saw, anytime in Vedic culture, any priest or any sadhu comes, it is there was a custom that he should be honored, he should be respected, he is given all the place to stay, and all the hospitality is scared, not question anything. And then after all this hospitality, Lord Krishna inquired, "Oh Brahmana, how can I serve you?" Then the Brahmana narrates entire thing, that situation what is happening, and he gives the letter from Mother Rukmini. And when Krishna immediately see the letters, he orders his chariot driver Daruk, get ready, we have to go. So the place from Dwarka to this Vidarbha province, Kaudinyapur, is very far. If you have to go, at least it will take 36 hours by train. It is so far. But Krishna, within just one night, with his chariot, he goes from Dwarka to Kaudinyapur to save Mother Rukmini. And Mother Rukmini writes clearly, she was very brilliant. She was a daughter of one of the king, so she was very brilliant. She wrote that you may think that you know to get me, you have to kill my relatives, but don't worry. There is a certain customs I have to follow. So for that, I'll be coming out of the kingdom to worship, and then for during that worship, you can kidnap me. That's what she writes. And Krishna immediately understand the plan, and Krishna comes there finally. Mother Rukmini was so beautiful that everybody was so much attracted that they forgot themselves. Like when Mother Rukmini started from the kingdom to go to worship outside of the kingdom, she was with so many soldiers, and other kings were protecting her. But by seeing her beauty, the some of the kings from they fall from their horse. Some of the king who are in the elephant, they also fall from their horse, and some of the king who are in the chariot, they just started stunned looking. It was so much beauty of Mother Rukmini. So Mother Rukmini was coming, and that time Krishna comes there, and Krishna knows exactly what to do where. And when he sees this situation, all are in trance. He immediately takes the hand of Mother Rukmini, and he takes her on his chariot, and he runs with chariot. And as this situation is happening, Shishupala and all his friends, they were very much agitated that what is this happen. So uh, finally, other kings Jarasandha and all says, This Krishna, he defeated me 17 times, but I keep persisting fighting with him. One day we'll win. So Shishupal, don't worry. After some days, you will definitely able to get something. Don't worry now. Krishna has already taken your. You just think how much angry he might be. Someone's wife who is going to get married is taken away. Shishupal was very much irritated. And there is one more personality who was very much angry. That personality is Rukmini's brother, Rukmi. So this Rukmi, he was very angry and he said, Wait, this Krishna, who is just a coward boy, I will show him the power of my arrows. He don't know, he's not a Kshatriya, he's just running, he has done something like the dogs will steal some of the ingredient from the sacrifice, like that he has taken Rukmini from this place, let me go and chase him. So he takes his chariot, he starts chasing Krishna, and finally he reaches Krishna and he fights with Krishna, and there was a long time fight. In the fight, Krishna destroys all the weapons of Rukmi, and when these weapons and everything destroyed, finally Krishna is about to kill Rukmi. That time Mother Rukmini, she pleads, please forgive my brother. And then uh, by seeing his newly wedded wife, Lord Krishna, he smilingly forgives and he leaves that place. But Krishna is very brilliant personality. What he does is, he said, I will not kill you, but I will kill you. So what Krishna does is, Krishna ties this Rukmi to the tree and he cuts his half hairs, like from hair, from head half hairs, from mustache half hairs, from beard half hairs. So it looks very uh, dirty, very ugly. And it is said that for Kshatriya, this kind of insult is worse than death. Someone may die better, but this kind of situation one should not come. So Krishna does to Rukmi that. And Rukmi, while he was leaving the kingdom before fighting to Krishna, he had vowed that if I don't bring Krishna back by defeating him, I will never come back to the kingdom. So, because he lost in the battle with Krishna, he doesn't come back to his own kingdom, and he stays there only where Krishna insults him, and he builds his own kingdom there. So, finally, Krishna marries to Mother Rukmini, and Rukmini was very first wife of Krishna, who was Krishna also likes very much Rukmini, and they had a lot of nice exchanges. So one time, uh, Krishna brings wonderful parijat flowers to, and he offers to Mother Rukmini. So Mother Rukmini takes that flower and she is very happy because of, and that time Krishna had so many queens. Krishna had a 16,108 queens. So out of that, only Mother Rukmini is getting that parijata flower. She was very happy. So by seeing that, there is another queen, Satyabhama, who was very much demanding Krishna always. Krishna, I need this. You have to do like this. She was forcing Krishna to do everything. So she says, you gave one flower to Rukmini, you give me entire tree of this particular flower. And that's what she demands. Finally, as anytime wife demands anything, husband has to fulfill. So Lord Krishna goes to the uh, heavenly planet. There, what the place the Parijata tree grows. So he uplifts one of the tree, and as soon as Lord Krishna he uplifts the tree, Indra, the king of heaven, he becomes envious. And he says, "How can you take the Parijat tree from here?" And then he fights. Finally, Krishna has to again fight with Indra, defeat him, and again get back the tree. And that time, Krishna offered this Parijata full tree to Satyabhama. And as this queen getting this thing, she was very much happy, Satyabhama, that I am very special, that I got entire tree. Rukmini got just one flower, but I got entire tree. She was just, and that time Krishna, he was thinking how Rukmini will feel. So when he looks at Rukmini, he is so happy by seeing that situation that Rukmini was not at all disturbed. Any chaste wife, she is always in line with the husband decision. So that is the situation of Rukmini. She understands the heart of Lord Krishna, and she is not envious. She says, "Okay, whatever Krishna knows, whatever pleases to Krishna, she is always ready." So Krishna was thinking, with Rukmini, I have always enjoyed the uh, very like normal relationship. Let me have some fun in the relationship. Usually we see in this material world also, there is always a tease happens between the boy and girl, husband and wife. Always they tease each other, and that's how that rasa comes. But from where this rasa comes? This rasa comes from originally from spiritual world. So Krishna thinks, let me do something. So in order to provoke Mother Rukmini, one day he comes and he comes to the palace of Rukmini, and there he sees that Rukmini is getting served by her maid servant. And then as soon as Rukmini sees that, she personally comes and she also start serving Krishna. She start fanning Krishna. And that time Krishna says, Rukmini, I want to tell you something. You know, there were so many powerful kings. Those were Kshatriyas and uh, rich also, beautiful also. Why did you marry me? I think I am not fit for you. And by seeing, hearing that situation, immediately Rukmini was so much loving Krishna that she just cannot tolerate anything spoken about Krishna by anybody else. And when it comes from Krishna's mouth, even it hurts her more, and she become unconscious. So this is the place where this sloka is spoken. Uh, and this is the background of this sloka that what we read today. So when Krishna speaks that, Rukmini become unconscious, and finally Krishna brings her to consciousness by sprinkling water, and then Krishna pacifies her, and then Krishna says her that I love you so much than all other queens. And Krishna tells her that whatever messenger you sent, I was so much pleased with all your thing. Not only you wanted to marry me, but I also wanted to marry you. And that is the nature of devotees of the Lord, that they understand the mood of the Lord, and they just cannot tolerate anything against the Lord. They always cooperate with the plan of the Lord. And here we can see the humility of Lord is also manifested. That Lord, though he is the supreme in all aspects, in knowledge, beauty, strength, everything is supreme, but still he thinks that there is somebody superior than him who can get married to Mother Rukmini. So Lord takes humble position here. Also, we can see Lord want to glorify his devotee. In this situation, Lord wanted to demonstrate his love, Rukmini's love for him, how much Rukmini loves him. And he wanted to show entire world that Rukmini is one of the great devotee. He is one of the best consort. So that's how Lord does this kind of pastime. And then uh, finally Lord here says that uh, when you saw that I was not coming to receive you for marriage, you started losing. Generally, if we love somebody and if we don't see that person, and if he's trying to come to meet us, we start become very impatient. And that's what the situation of Mother Rukmini was there when Krishna was not coming. That time Rukmini was very much losing her life. I know certain situations where, like, the relationship between two personalities is so deep that if they don't see the another partner, they give up the life. Or if one partner dies, another partner dies because of just the thought of separation. So much intense love they have. So here also we can see Mother Rukmini's love for Krishna is unparalleled to any other queens. So, and that's what Krishna is saying. I can just simply thank you for your devotion. I have no words to say anything. So, Mother Rukmini also one of the great devotee of Lord, who was always cooperating in term and understanding the heart of the Lord, and serving the Lord in the way Lord wants him to get served. So the devotees of the Lord are always trying to make sure that they understand the plan of the Lord, try to cooperate the plan of the Lord. So what is the plan of the Lord? The plan of the Lord is communicated to his advanced devotees, and to inline ourselves with the desire of the advanced devotees, especially spiritual master, are the one who are confidential servant of the Lord. So we have to sometimes some things may not be uh, easily understandable at beginning level, but as period of time, the mercy of spiritual master will fall on us and we'll able to understand. But we have to just keep on following. That's the thing which we can do, which will help us to grow spiritually. Otherwise, whimsically, we may keep on doing things, but we will not grow, because the mercy component comes along with the instructions. And as long as we are following the instruction, we are definitely going to make progress. And also, we can see the situation here is Rukmini and her simplicity. We can see that she didn't expect anything from Krishna. Just one flower, she was happy. So it is said the devotees of the Lord are very happy. When it comes to them, they are very simple, very limited, and they keep things very normal, and they are detached completely with anything else. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, it is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Maharapapura Bhaktagana Vairagya Pradana. They are detached. They are not for worldly opulence. But when it comes to Lord, they are using all opulence in service of the Lord. But when it comes to their personal life, they are very simple. You see, devotees, they wear dhoti kurta, Mataji also very simple sari and all. But when it comes to Lord, beautiful Lord is decorated, so much ornament, so opulence. That's how the nature of devotees. When it comes to serve the Lord, full opulence. But when it comes to personal life, they are very simple. They try to keep simple. So uh, in this context, one time there was a pastime of Prabhupada that there was nice preparations are made for Lord, and then the preparation offered to Lord and the prasadam came. So uh, Prabhupada was telling any opulent prasadam is there, it is for guest. But the simple prasad is for devotees. Because everything, whatever we practice, right, that falls in our consciousness. To the degree we are simple, to the degree we eat simple, we live simple, that degree the anxiety of maintenance of things becomes very low, and we can spend extra time in service of the Lord. But if we try to make opulent preparations, we try to live very gorgeously, then have to do this thing, lot of time goes. But devotees of the Lord, they don't have this kind of thing. They just try to live simply and save the time so that they can do service to Lord more. That's how we see all our Goswamis of Vrindavan, all the Acharyas, their lifestyle was very simple. Just Prabhupada's Khichdi is very world popular. It's so popular that even some people they'll come to our temple and they'll say, "Give me Khichdi" in India. So it's like uh, simplicity is the thing which attracts. The love and devotion is attracted by the simplicity. So okay. Here, multiple qualities are demonstrated. First is humility of Krishna. Second is how Krishna glorifies his devotee, Mother Rukmini. The third thing is about the opulence, how the opulence of the Lord, but in service only it is utilized. For devotee, it is just normal situation. Yeah. So, with that comment, I will pause here. If any comments, reflections, or anything you like to discuss, any questions? No.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for your class. And the the one thing that points out to me that in the lives of devotees, things are not so much complicated, and if on dealings with other people, and you said the bodily demands, and I think that the more the devotee makes advancement in spiritual life, the more their material life becomes simpler and simpler. But the complexity of rasa with the Lord becomes more intricate. We tend to take develop that relationship with Krishna, develop that mood that we want to serve. That becomes more and more solid, that we grow into our identity, our spiritual identity. Yesterday in our class, in the class, Prabhu was mentioning that all of the devotees, they have their spiritual age, and their spiritual age is fixed. Like in Golok Vrindavan, somebody will be 40 years old, 20 years old, and they are always that age. But I think the more we are involved in spiritual life, the material life becomes simpler and simpler.
Very nice point. Actually, I wanted to make that point, but because I wanted others also to contribute. Actually, variety is the mother of enjoyment. Unless there is variety, we cannot enjoy. But the variety in material world is very limited. In spiritual life, as one started practicing, every day he get newer and newer joy. Spiritual life is Anandam Buddhivardhanam, it is said. The joyness keep on increasing, the variety keeps on increasing. We take darshan of Lords see every day, but every day we feel different. Like Mother Radharani, she never repeats any preparation what she made for Lord. Means we can imagine how much variety they have in spiritual world. So Being in material world, we cannot pursue that. But when we start practicing spiritual life, automatically we started getting glimpse of that spiritual happiness, what is there in spiritual world. And that's how devotees, same Hare Krishna mantra, they keep on chanting for decade after decade, and they keep getting newer and newer joy. And you wonderfully put one point, I really liked it, is the test for the devotee who is advancing or no is himself can be checked. And how it can be checked is the material fever goes down and the spiritual things he is very eager, his enthusiasm grows, and he his laziness completely goes off. He without alarm he gets up and he start doing his daily morning sadhana. So it's very nice, you caught this, and it's really good. If we practice sincerely and honestly, definitely this should manifest, and that will help us to know where we are in the spiritual life. If our material desire is increasing, demands of the bodies are increasing more and more, then we have to think of our practices. We are losing something somewhere, there is a leakage, we have to fill that, and then we can continue our happiness of spiritual life. But thank you so much. Is any point, Mataji? Please. This is Bhagavatam is a discussion between sages. Yes.
One more point, so Prabhu, this advancement of spiritual life that mentioned, I think not it is very important for to advance over time, because I think we have this feeling of feeling stuck, or we have this feeling of feeling frustrated that the same program is happening again and again. There is the same issues I'm finding in devotee community again and again. So there is a need of constant spiritual advancement, even just to maintain our program. We cannot be on the same level all the time. I think eventually we would stop our spiritual program if we are not constantly advancing.
Yes, definitely. Any water which stuck, it stink. Any water collect at one place, it stink. Same way, if one is at one place spiritually, it stink and he cannot continue. It has to be floating. The floating water is always pure, and that's how when one keep progressing, right? Then, then only one can continue. Otherwise, it's not possible. With just imitation or show off, one cannot continue Krishna consciousness for a long time. One has to develop definitely the deep rooted happiness of spiritual life, and it comes specifically. There are two things: one is called intelligence, another is called spiritual rasa. So let us say the same pastime of Mother Rukmini, every day some devotee will speak. Specifically this month, if we are reading that chapter every day, and every day when we are hearing, we should derive the newer and newer joy, and we should enter the pastime while hearing that. Then that means we are progressing spiritually. Otherwise, sometime our intelligence, as soon as it hears, oh, I know Rukmini's story, this now Krishna will come, he will take kidnap Mother Rukmini, he will fight, and this. If intellectually we are looking at this thing and shutting off our mind, then we are not growing spiritually. So we have to understand, are we seeking information or we are trying to purify our heart? The purpose of reading Srimad Bhagavatam is not to get more information. The purpose of practicing spiritual life, reading scripture, is not to get information. The purpose is to clean our heart. That is the main purpose, and that's how one should hear. And when we keep on practicing day by day, one point of time we'll know everything about what is happening. But it is not knowing, it is continuously practicing. We know that the tab is putting water on me while showering. I don't have just purpose to just keep on showering water. I know this water is showering, but my purpose is to clean myself with that water. So the message will clean our dirty hearts, and that's how the purpose of scriptures. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. What wonderful point. Any other, anybody, any point? No? Okay. Okay then. Thank you so much for your time. Shil Prabhupada ki Jai.